Welcome to the daily answer writing session on ethics case study. Knowledge is of no value unless you put it into practice, so keep practicing. So the case study for the day is City A is known for its communal disharmony. It is due to the feeling among minority population that police targets them for any law and order issue created by terror activity. In past, many communal disturbances were seen in the city due to the various issues that led to the human and economic loss. Recently, in the city, fake news are spreading faster than ever before. You, as a commissioner of the city, who came to know that fake news is spread by a group of people to create communal disturbances and conflict once again, in your investigation, you came to know from the genuine source that this group of people live in an area where minority lives. You and your team went for arresting the group, but the entire community who lives there not only opposed your team from arresting the group, but also started protesting against the entry of police into the area. People who are protesting claims that few days back local police entered into the area and arrested localites and tortured them to death. You felt that public is not in a mood to listen to the police speeches and announcements. So in this case study there is a city A and there is communal disharmony in the city because the minority community feels that the police keeps targeting them for any law and order situation which is caused by terror activity. So in the past, a lot of such incidents have happened, which has led to human and economic loss. And recently, fake news is spread in the city, and you are the commissioner of the city, and fake news is being spread by a group of people to create communal disturbances. And you come to know that these people who are spreading fake news stay in the same area where the minority lives. So you and your team went for arresting this particular group, but the entire community has opposed your entry and started protesting, right? So people who are protesting, they claim that few days back local police entered into the area and arrested some people and tortured them to death. So the public is not ready to listen to the police. To make the scenario even worse, local and state political leaders started supporting the public and threatening that they will launch protest and revolt against the government if any action is taken against the people belonging to this area. In addition to this, regional media and state media have started empathizing programs in support of that particular community. So, local and state political leaders have taken advantage of the situation and they have threatened that they will launch protest and revolt against the government if any action is taken against the minority people, right? And regional media and state media have also started programs in support of the community. So in this scenario, you have to highlight ethical issues and discuss ways to resolve the above mentioned issues. So coming to the stakeholders involved in this particular case, the first important stakeholder is the minority community. The minority community feels that the police targets them for any law and order problems created by terrorist activity, and they believe that it is not done by the members of the minority community. Also, they have mentioned one incident where local police entered the area and arrested a few localites and tortured them to death. So the minority community has grievances against the police and they are not ready to cooperate with the police at all. The perpetrators of the crime are the second stakeholders. They are taking advantage of the situation between the police and the minority community to create communal disharmony and incite protests. Then you have the media, the regional and state media, without getting down to the root of the situation. They have started showcasing or broadcasting campaigns in support of the minority community. Then you have the government. The government has a duty to ensure that the perpetrators of crime are brought to book, whether it is from the local police, if it is the officers who have indulged in custodial violence, they should also be punished for the crime, as well as the perpetrators of fake news who are trying to create communal disharmony in the society. They should also be punished, right? The police, there is a massive deficit of trust in the police as of now. Their image as well as their ability to perform their duty is in question. So the police has to initiate confidence building measures as well as ensure that it is perceived as being able to do its duty. And the commissioner, that is you have to take care of all the interests of the stakeholders and ensure that justice is provided to the people who ask for it. So various ethical issues involved in this case are, the first one is minority crime versus appeasement, right? So what is happening is that a section of the people who live in the same area as the minority groups is trying to spread fake news, and you are supposed to arrest these people so that they don't create communal disharmony and incite protests. However, the minority community as a whole is protecting these people because they believe that the police targets the minority community unfairly. So this is an ethical issue. Then duty versus image for the police. Now when the police has gone to arrest the perpetrators of the crime of spreading fake news, they are being opposed by the entire community. Now it is the duty of the police to ensure that all the stakeholders understand uh, the need for the police to arrest those people, but also it is an important factor that the police are able to arrest that group of people, because otherwise the police will be seen as weak if they are not able to arrest the people due to the pressure which is built by the minority community members, right? So there is an issue or a dilemma for the police between performing its duty, where they should get every stakeholder on board, versus being strict and taking stringent action against the group of people who are spreading fake news. Then the third ethical issue here is unethical practices by media and local politicians who are trying to take advantage of the situation and scoring brownie points by empathizing with the local community, right? So various ways to resolve the above mentioned issue are as follows. One is you try to get in touch with the leaders or elders of the community so that you can make them understand the entire situation and take their help in getting the people who are responsible for spreading fake news punished, right? Secondly, whenever you have to go to arrest a group of people where you feel that there might be hostility, you should not barge into the area with force, but you should think tactfully and try to adopt unique and innovative ways to approach the group of people and arrest them, right? So the first thing that you can do is confidence building measures with the leaders of that community. You should try to explain the leaders that this is the situation and why you need to arrest that particular group of people. It is not a good idea to take a situation head on and dismiss the sentiments of the local people, because then that will lead to protests and disharmony. Police need to own up the mistake. So if there have been officers or officials from the police who have indulged in custodial violence and tortured the local people, those officers and officials need to be inquired against. There should be an investigation, impartial inquiry, and they should be punished for the same. Then the police should initiate an independent inquiry into the spreading of fake news that has been happening in the recent days, and then prepare a report and make that report public so that the minority community also understands what exactly is happening, and mm, the persons responsible for the spreading of this fake news are punished for their crime. So this is the model answer that you can access for this particular case study on SUNYA's website. Thank you. I hope that this video helped you out. Keep practicing.